Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. We most certainly can.
All right. Welcome back.
Here we are once again. Sorry. Welcome back to the Let's Have a Real Conversation podcast
With
Dash and J.D.
And I am J.D., a.k.a. He Who Pods.
And we like to keep it low key.
We like to keep it low key. And we're not even allowed to say anything else because we were told to keep it low key as well.
Right, so, we're just going to, be here keeping it low key.
Keeping it low key.
That's what we're going to do.
That's it. So,
what's up with you? I love the way I stole you. You said so, and oh, it's going to be that kind of pod, huh?
Rubbing off on you, you see? You see?
You said so, and I was like, yeah, so, actually, I had something to say.
You see?
And I really don't. Go ahead.
You see? Look at me rubbing off. You see Chris? You see what happens, Chris? Anyway, we talk later, Chris.
I literally gave you no chance. Go ahead.
It's all good.
Please.
I understand.
You have the floor.
I don't want the floor, just the mic.
All right.
All I need is one mic. All right, sorry.
One mic, one dream.
That's it. I'm going to let y'all know it's going to be a silly pod today, so I hope y'all ready. So I would like to start with a confession.
Okay.
And probably fuck up your whole plan for the show.
Okay.
I saw Rihanna perform at the Oscars.
Like you went to the Dolby Theater?
Yeah, of course.
I'm like, wait, what?
Of course.
Huh?
I went on YouTube and I watched her performance.
Did she lift you up?
She didn't lift me up, but I will say this.
Did she hold you down?
I be trying not to laugh to keep the serious face, but I can't when you do that shit. Fool. So yeah, it's gonna be a wild one, y'all. It's the wild, wild west out here in the east.
In the east.
Anyway, no, I saw Rihanna's performance on YouTube, not at whatever theater. I actually even watched it on the train, if we're being all the way real.
Oh, how did it view on the train?
It was great, just did like everyone else and put my phone so close I can kiss it, I tease my kid about that all the time. I'm like, you have glasses, why is your phone so close?
Right.
Your phone be right here. I'm like, girl, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You trying to make out with the phone? Give us some tongue.
All right.
She's dad, you're gross.
Right, exactly.
I'm like, well, then move the shit away if you're not gonna give it no tongue. Give it a little kiss. She's like, dad, you're gross. Anyway, back to Rihanna. So I saw Rihanna perform.
You keep saying it like you went. It's like throwing me off because I'm like, wait, you went?
Then they wonder why the pod be 5 hours.
I keep going, but when did you go to LA?
Never. February 31st. That's when I went.
When did you go to LA?
I saw Rihanna's Oscar performance on YouTube. And I have to say, although I'm not the biggest fan of the song, because we spoke about it already, about how we were underwhelmed because we were expecting like big fly Rihanna shit.
Yeah.
I think this was a much better performance than the Super Bowl. I was absolutely wrong. I sat here on this very couch, poking out my belly and mocking how she would perform, and she actually performed really well.
I almost forgot she was pregnant.
No, I could tell she was pregnant.
And that's not to say we should or should not. I wasn't even thinking about it when I watched the performance.
No, you could see it in her arms when she was doing Lift Me Up, and
I didn't.
They panned out. You could see the belly.
Yeah, the belly was there. I'm just saying, just at first glance, like I didn't even. It wasn't to me.
Fuller face.
Her
makeup looked good though.
She looks great. When the Super Bowl performance happened, especially because we didn't know, all I could think of, the thing that I was focused on was her belly. Right? This was different. Where
I was like, "Where's the performance?" their performance today?
If you're going to say nice things about Rihanna, just say
No, I'm saying nice things about Rihanna. This performance.
Right, but we know how you felt about it.
I gotta keep it, gotta triple down.
Oh, that's what this is? A triple down?
No, I actually want to give her a lot of props about this performance, to be honest. Mm-hmm. Because I think she bodied this performance. Like, at one point, I caught chills, and it wasn't because the air conditioner was on the train.
Because, when you go in them hot cars, oh my God.
You be sweating, for real. And you have, like, your bubble coat on and shit?
You can't stay in the hot car.
You be sweating profusely, just sitting there, just waiting, like, please get to my stop.
You can't stay in the hot car, but what happens is, when you run it for the train, like, when you really in a hurry and you get on the hot car, nothing you can do till the next stop, unless you walk between
Don't
the
let
cars.
that next stop be some far shit. Like, don't be on the train at 59th Street and you got to go to 125th next stop. You'd be like, my God.
Or it's quick, but then...
Rihanna, I'm sorry. We just went on a whole tangent, but I'm about to take it even further. Because you know
quick
what happens in them long stops?
What?
You be standing there like, man, I'm glad I made the train. Man, this car is way too hot. And then your brain gets distracted by somebody going, showtime! All right, y'all, put your hands together. It's showtime.
Clear the way.
Watch out. Excuse me, player. Excuse me, player. Can you just move over, player? Player, can you just watch out? No, we don't want to hit you, player. Can you just move over?
I'm gonna just put my backpack right here.
And what comes out the backpack?
A boombox. A little baby boombox.
You're like, yo, what the fuck is
First
going on?
First of all, where did y'all get this in 2023? Where you getting a boombox from?
Yo, and then they got the boombox. It be some fly Bluetooth shit.
Yeah,
They be like, yeah, son.
It's coming from
Which
their
one? What
phone.
you want to dance to? Which one? That Chris Brown shit?
But what happened?
I know you like the Chris Brown one. That's the one, right? I got you. Hold on.
But what happened when the train goes to a stop where you're not really getting service? How they gonna do the Bluetooth? What happens then?
You don't need service to have a Bluetooth. I listen to my Bluetooth headphones underground all the time. What are you talking about, Willis? Yes, Grandma, where you been?
All right, you know
Bluetooth
what?
been working a long time underground.
So Rihanna.
I enjoyed Rihanna's performance.
Yeah.
Thoroughly.
Me too.
And I not only owe her an apology, but I come with gifts, Rihanna. If you somehow hear this, let me get into JD cam. I come with gifts from one creative to another. Here's what I think. Hear me out. I know you got the billions. You are not worried about touring and performing, clearly. But, hear me out. Hear me out. She killed this ballad shit.
Ballad?
You don't consider Lift Me Up a ballad?
Yeah, it's a ballad.
What about the Rihanna ballad tour? She ain't gotta move. She ain't gotta dance. What I'm saying, the baby is safe. You see? I be trying to be serious and niggas be laughing. Then I be trying to laugh and niggas be serious.
Okay, so I hear you.
I think the Rihanna ballad tour would be pretty fly. You would hear a bunch of songs you don't normally hear from Rihanna. And she would really get in her feelings, which she's got a lot of feelings right now as a soon-to-be second mother. You know, nature is all doing its thing.
Yeah.
And so she can pour that out, and her fans would love to hear that music, I think. I would totally try to save 6 months' worth of rent money to go to the Rihanna ballad tour.
You think a large group of people would?
I think right now that the Super Bowl and the Oscars back-to-back have proved that everyone wants whatever Rihanna they can get. I think people are starving for whatever Rihanna they can get. I think it's like, I haven't eaten in months, I'm about to die. Well, you can't live that long, but I haven't eaten in weeks, I'm about to die, and you threw me a crumb. I don't give a fuck what that crumb is. Let me get that.
Yeah. I hear that.
I think the Super Bowl performance and the internet's love for it, even though the internet was kind of split, but I think the internet, those who loved it, was a large amount of people.
Well, but you're talking about two different things. That's why I'm asking, do you think a large amount of people would like this? Because she is also very well known for her
Pop.
the songs she did at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but this is like the B-sides. Remember when Jay-Z did the B-side tour?
Yeah, but
that shit was sold out.
Right, but when you're talking about hip-hop and a B-side tour, it's a different situation. I also think if we were talking about someone who wasn't technically pop and someone who leaned towards R&B only, like,
but she plays in both fields.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And so this would be for the more R&B cats.
Oh, and listen, that sounds great to me. I would absolutely go to that concert.
So why are we fighting for?
We're not fighting.
I tell you, it's gonna be a silly one. Come on.
I'm just asking you. Do you think that would be? Do you think that that's what people would want? And I hear you when you say, people are looking for whatever they can get. But are they? Because even when they got her Super Bowl performance, people had something to say, including you.
They still tuned in. We still all watched.
Okay. I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea.
I think it's more about the marketing.
I'm just asking questions.
No, it's okay. I think it's more about marketing than anything else. Mm-hmm. I think the same way while we were watching the Super Bowl, those of us who were watching, every commercial break was stay tuned for the Apple Music Rihanna halftime show.
Yeah, right.
Every commercial. You know how many commercial breaks there are in the Super Bowl? Mm-hmm. Like 8 million.
The Super Bowl is about commercials.
Right. And so every time they went to a commercial, it was stay tuned for the Rihanna halftime, Apple Music, whatever. I keep changing it. But that's what they did every time. And for the weeks and months leading to the show, guess what we all kept hearing? Rihanna Super Bowl performance. Mm-hmm. Same thing with the Oscars. I don't watch the Oscars. We knew about it before the Oscars came. How? Mm-hmm. Because that's what was being pushed. I think Rock Nation, Live Nation, Rihanna's camp, ASAP's camp, and Rihanna's fan base, what they called again?
The Navy.
The Navy. That's 5 powerful things right there. I think those 5 things will make it a successful tour. I don't think it takes much with Rihanna, to be honest. Like how we always say there's certain caliber of stars. I don't think you need a lot for this Rihanna tour to sell out.
Yeah.
I think that would be a really dope concert. I would love to go to the B-side concert.
I guess I just wonder, yes, I agree. People would buy the tickets. It's a Rihanna show. No one's gotten a Rihanna tour in however many years.
Easy money.
But then I think it would be kind of like the Super Bowl where you'll get, yes, people like you and me who want to go see something like that. And then you'll get the people who are going to buy the tickets and go and then be like, oh my gosh, she really didn't do, I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. It's got
whatever.
But you have to call it.
She really didn't do Diamonds?
Ballard tour.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
The same way Jay-Z's tour was marketed, the B-sides, and I didn't even think about the Jay-Z thing until this conversation. Mm-hmm. When I was watching her performance on YouTube, I was like, yo, this is what she could do.
She could absolutely do it, and I think it would be great.
Yeah, now that we're talking, I think that's a great comparison. The Jay-Z B-side concert, that's how it was marketed. It was Jay-Z doing the B-sides. That's it.
Yeah.
You were not getting any of the hits. I mean, when he brought out like State Property or whoever, but we didn't know that in the marketing during the promo run. You just knew Jay-Z's doing B-sides.
Well, and I think
this is unprecedented.
Separate the fans from the followers.
Oh, of course.
So, sure.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I said Rihanna's camp, ASAP's camp, because they seem very unified and doing things together, which I love.
I love it.
And so I'm sure ASAP will be doing his thing, helping as well. Rock Nation, I believe, still manages her. I never saw anything saying otherwise.
Yeah, as far as I know.
And you know that means Live Nation is doing the tour. And who was the 5th person? Oh, the Navy. Come on now.
I mean, listen, I'm not against it. Like I said, I would love to see something like that. I'm just asking questions. I'm just wondering how people would take that. But you make some valid points. You do. I didn't know we were starting the podcast like this.
Why not?
You just like launched into a whole.
I said I was gonna mess up your whole shit, probably.
You did. I don't know why.
I just felt like I came on here and I gave a lot of criticism to Rihanna's Super Bowl performance.
You did.
And I've doubled down on it.
And now you've tripled
And now
down.
I've tripled down on it. And so, but I say all the time, I'm tough, but I'm fair. Mm-hmm. I'm strict, but I'm fair. So I want to be the same way. If I'm going to be a harsh critic, the same thing I say about Lil Wayne all the time. Like the same way I give Lil Wayne shit and critique his lyrics. Mm-hmm. When Lil Wayne shows up, I got to give him his props too. And so Rihanna bodied that performance, huh?
I said that's appreciated. I mean, you should, be able to.
Fox News, fair and balanced.
You just completely discredited yourself. So let's.
It's a joke.
I know.
It's a joke because that's the shit they ran on
Exactly.
for eons, and they're
Of course.
obviously not any of that.
No, please. I get the joke.
No, I'm thinking our fans are smart enough, our supporters are smart enough to get it too.
I think
And
so.
speaking of fans, hey, all the cameras. Let me get into dash cam too. Hey,
Hi.
what's up, y'all? Thanks for still being here, being patient with us. And hey, wait a minute. Also, we didn't even tell them what happened last episode with the other cameras.
Oh yeah, because we were clearly talking into the cameras, but they didn't see the dash cam or the JD cam. It just, I don't know. Chris let me mess with the cameras last episode, and I fucked it up.
Listen, it happens.
Chris-
It's trial and error.
And I told Chris this episode, I said, nah, I'm not touching them cameras.
Because
you figure it out.
You know what happens? The same way I'm giving everybody shit, you be giving Chris shit. So
Yeah.
Chris was like, all right, you set up your camera. Let's see what you can
Yeah,
do.
Chris, and that's why
He's trying to win points. He was
Yeah.
like, yeah, set up the camera however you want, D.
No, I think Chris was trying to sabotage me, is what I think. Okay.
Chris, you know Hov said, no good deed goes unpunished.
Is that what Hov said?
Yeah, what's the song with him and Drake? The first one. He said, and since no good deed goes unpunished, I'm not as cool with niggas as I once was. I once was, cool as the funds was. But these bright lights turn me to a monster.
I'm only saying that because he's not the first person who said that.
I know, but this is an
It's
entertainment
like
industry
Jay-Z
podcast.
always says.
No, you don't always say it. He said it on one song. What's the song?
I don't know.
If Days watches this, he's going to kill me because we rapped over that beat and bodied it. And I don't normally say stuff like that.
Well, now you have.
What's the name of this song?
All right, well, I guess then we got
Drake's first album? Real quick.
Drake's
now,
first album?
yeah, it's on Sooner or Later. Thank Me Later is the album. Light Up. Never mind, I got it.
Okay.
The old noodle. You know what I'm saying? What's the gift? It's called Light Up.
Okay. So, the Oscars. Since you brought up the Oscars,
Let's
I guess
do
that's
it.
where we're starting.
Let's turn our format upside down this time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sometimes you gotta flip the pancake. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't my best work. It wasn't. I'll be honest. Listen, I gotta critique myself too. Oscars. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Yeah. The big winner of the night.
The only winner of the night. Those motherfuckers won like everything except 3 awards.
Except for costume.
They didn't win costume and they didn't win best male actor.
Yeah.
What else they won? What else didn't they win?
No, they definitely swept the night.
They just like, I'll take that award. I'll take this award. I'll take that award. Oh, is there an award behind the play? Let me get that one too.
Let's pull over for a second since I mentioned costume. Let's pull over and acknowledge that Ruth Carter is.
What?
You just looked at your watch. You checking the time?
I should see how long I was pulled over for.
You got somewhere to be.
Nah, I ain't got my schedule is clear for the day.
So
potting.
So Ruth Carter, she's been around for a very long time. Costume designer. She's costume designer specifically as it pertains to Oscars 2023. She was the costume designer for Wakanda Forever. And this is her second Oscar.
Because I was going to ask.
Making her...
She won the first one for Black Panther 1, right?
Yes,
Because I remember
so.
that. Black Panther 1 for the first...
So it was her, yes.
Coffee got my brain going way too fast for my mouth. Black Panther 1 won Best Costume Design 2.
So that was Ruth Carter.
Okay.
So this is her second Oscar for Wakanda Forever, and this makes her the only black woman to have 2 Oscars.
Wait, in any category?
In any category. In any category. She is the only black woman to hold 2 Oscars. More than 1 Oscar. Same thing. I'm just going to leave that there.
Salute Ruth.
Yeah, good for her.
Ruth?
But also...
Ruth, right? That's the name?
Ruth Carter, yes. Good for her, but, good for her. We'll leave it at that. I think that, like you said...
Why are we leaving it at that?
Well, because our audience, like you said, our audience is smart enough to read between the lines on that one.
Oh, that this the only black woman with the only black person or woman? There's a difference now.
I'm going to look it up just to double check.
But what was your stat? I'm just trying to quote
I said black woman.
Okay. No, listen, but it makes a difference, though.
I think it does make a difference. I just want to... let me see. Yes. She is the first black woman to win 2 Oscars.
You know what black woman didn't win an Oscar?
I don't know. I'm stressed.
Why are you stressed?
When we get to certain topics, I can really... My anxiety shoots through the roof.
Why? Are you scared because it's Halloween? Do you feel like someone's coming to chase you with a big butcher knife?
Yep. And they're coming from everything everywhere all at once. So, Angela Bassett.
Can we name this pod Halloween?
No. No. Angela Bassett did not win.
She's a black woman too.
Yes. A very esteemed black woman in Hollywood.
Yep. Who has been snubbed for an Oscar before.
She did not win What's Love Best Actress for What's Love Got to Do With It when she was nominated. I forget what year it came out.
94, 93, 96.
Something like that.
Something like that.
She did not win it then.
She did not.
She also did not win for playing Queen Ramonda in Wakanda Forever.
She did not win Best Supporting Female Actress for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Which, I gotta be honest, when I first heard that, I was like, okay, she didn't win it. Alright, that's okay. These things happen. And we're like, yeah. But Jamie Lee Curtis won.
And no one understands why.
I was like, for Halloween Ends? Wow.
And you really fucked with me the other day because you said she won for Halloween. And my dumb ass, because I knew that she didn't win for Halloween. I knew she didn't win for Halloween. And I was still like, wait, I didn't even know Halloween was nominated. That really fucked me up. It really did. I was like, oh, wait. No one really talked about Halloween at the Oscars.
Oh, shit.
I can't believe it was nominated.
Oh, man.
I felt so stupid when I realized, because I was like, wait, this fool is being a fool.
But you believe the fool.
Yeah, so I'm a fool too.
There it is.
And the thing is, the frustrating thing is, I knew that wasn't true. Like, I had spoken about Jamie Lee Curtis being in everything, everywhere, all at once, multiple times prior to the conversation you and I had. And then you really fucked me up when you were like, yeah, she won for Halloween. And I'm like, is that even a good movie?
Oh, shit. Oh, man.
You see?
Good times.
With friends like these.
Who needs enemies? Yo, I had the Jedi mind trick her, y'all. Sometimes you gotta... These are not the droids you're looking for. You know what I'm saying?
I was very stressed. I was like, wait, how did I not realize Halloween was nominated?
It wasn't. My joke was because that's what she's famous for.
No, I get your joke. It's just that in the moment when you said it, thank goodness it did not happen on the pod.
Oh man, that'd have been so good. That'd have been almost as good as the fire alarm shit.
Oh gosh.
It's still my favorite.
So Angela Bassett doesn't win.
Right, okay, let's get serious now, just for a moment. So Angela Bassett didn't win. And like I said, when I first heard the news, I'm like, okay, well, that means somebody else outdid her, or, you know, there was some other role. And...
Somebody else outdid her.
Listen, these things happen. Sometimes we give our best, and somebody just does better.
Well, because the idea of it is that I think we all have to, whenever we think about these award shows, even though we know they're bullshit, but the idea of it is that you are being nominated amongst your peers. People who we would like to believe that the people in a category that have been nominated have all given an A+ performance, which is why they or their films, like you can make whatever faces you want, but that's why people get nominated for awards, right? Like in general, the idea is it is you up against the people who are just as good, if not better, than you. It's supposed to be a certain caliber before you even get to the nomination, right? Like that is the idea. All right. You
I'm
gonna
trying
blink
to let
at
you.
me?
I'm letting you cook before I
see you
respond.
doing your blinks.
Go ahead, come on.
But that's the idea of how awards work. I'm not saying that's how it gets done, because obviously we even expressed that we thought there was a movie that should have absolutely been considered and was not considered.
Woman King.
Exactly. So I'm not saying that it is absolutely that way, but I'm saying the idea of it is when you're up to win an award and there are nominations, the idea is that this is the cream of the crop. We're not going to pick the bottom of the barrel. Well, never mind.
Unless it's Halloween.
Unless it's Halloween. That's a better way to say what I was going to say.
I got you.
But
that's what we're supposed to do.
But that is the idea. So with the films, it's the top films of the year based on whatever criteria they pick, right? It's the top actresses. It's the top actors. That is the idea. It's the top performances. That is the idea, is that you're picking from the cream of the crop. Now. So what you're saying, I think, is correct in that you may be nominated and you may have been great, but that doesn't always mean that you get the win.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm trying to make. So, but the idea is that you're in good company when you do lose.
Wow.
Well.
The difference between awards and competitive sports is that there are normally stats to back things up in competitive sports.
I agree.
And in this realm, it's just a bunch of bureaucratic bullshit and agendas. And so you can do Halloween your whole career and probably nothing else. And I'm not looking at her IMDb list. And I'm not even really hating on Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm just saying, honestly, when I heard that Angela Bassett didn't win, I wasn't shocked. Because I know that the Oscars have basically said, without saying, they've never made a public statement, but they have shown us with their actions that the superhero movies don't really count to them. And so you could get this little best costume award, you could get best graphics award, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
You got the best CGI on the market. All right, cool, sound effects. Y'all can get all that shit.
But we're not going to give you the top.
But the awards
the top
that
awards
are quote unquote prestige, You're not getting those. And so that didn't shock me. But I know what movies have come out in the last year. Mm-hmm. I frequently go to the movies. Mm-hmm. A lot of my peoples go to the movies a lot. And I'm like, oh, so then who the fuck won? Because what else was even nominated?
So have you seen any of these movies? Other than Wakanda Forever, I know you saw that. Have you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I have not, and I feel like I got to now.
And have you seen Banshees of Inisherin?
That's the movie with Colin Farrell. Right?
I don't know.
Banshees of Ireland or whatever.
Inisherin.
Yeah. No, because I don't like Colin Farrell.
And then The Whale. You haven't seen The Whale.
Okay. I was going to go watch The Whale. No, I have not seen The Whale.
Okay.
I was going to go watch The Whale only because the internet was going wild about The Whale. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean Twitter specifically or Instagram specifically, but all of these publications were putting up all these articles. Oh man, this is Brendan Fraser. Mm-hmm. This is his best work ever. He's come back and really dug deep and all of this stuff.
I mean, because Brendan Fraser was doing things like Blast from the Past when he was at the height of his career. So
absolutely correct. George of the Jungle.
It's not very hard to make a leap.
Bubble Boys and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Gyllenhaal, right?
Yeah, I think so.
We spoke about
we
anyway, that's like all of these publications. I mean, like newspapers and all of these different places were writing articles about the whale. And I kept hitting all my peoples. Yo, what's up? You heard about this whale shit? Mm-hmm. Like, what whale shit? Discovery Channel? No, there's a movie.
Discovery Channel.
And they're like, oh, but what's the plot? I'm like, damn, I don't even know. What is the plot? I read the plot. I'm like, this don't sound like the flyest shit ever. This sounds like really subpar. I got AMC A-list. Maybe one day I'll just go. But I never went. But I was tempted, like I said, because I kept seeing like all of these articles. And I did see Elvis.
Okay, well that wasn't nominated in this category, but sure, yeah.
What do you mean? That's who the whale lost. The whale beat.
Oh, I thought we were still talking about the
Oh,
category.
those people, those movies had Best Supporting Actress people?
Yeah, that's what I was listing. So
oh shit. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't even know. I didn't even think there's women in that movie with Colin Farrell. It's all him and the guy from Harry Potter in the trailers.
I don't know anything about it, so I can't really speak about it.
I think it's on HBO Max, but
but yeah, I was saying. Okay, so let me run down the list just so
I haven't seen most of those movies. The only movie I saw from that category is Wakanda Forever.
Me too. But here's what's interesting. Here's what I've been hearing.
Okay.
So I've heard great things about Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Same.
And 2 people were nominated in this category from that movie. It was Jamie Lee Curtis and it was Stephanie Sue. I'm hearing that if someone was supposed to win...
Okay, time out. No, because I just need to make sure I heard you correctly. 2 women were nominated as Best Supporting Actress for the same movie.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you could.
I mean, it happens. It happens often where 2 people from the same movie are nominated in the same category. Yeah.
Oh, then maybe because I don't watch award shows, I'm not hip. But that sounds like some bullshit to me.
I mean, I think it kind of is bullshit because it's a cheat code. I mean, if just by the odds of probability.
Yeah.
But
plus, how are you? Anyway, whatever. Go ahead.
But here's the thing. Again, everyone that I've heard say they saw the movie and had commentary on this particular topic has said that the other person from that movie should have won. And listen, again, this is not to disparage Jamie Lee Curtis. It is what it is. It's not her fault she won.
It's not her fault she won.
But I think it's interesting that that's the thought that people have. I even heard someone say, even someone else there was a third woman from that movie that could have been nominated and easily won instead of Jamie Lee Curtis. Now, we could, like, speculate about what really happened here, you know.
I mean, I have a theory, but I haven't seen the movie, so I will wait till I see the movie.
I mean...
Because I don't want to just blurt out shit that doesn't make any fucking sense. And I don't like when podcasters do that, so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know, but there's certain things that, you know, could absolutely be true. But those are things we can't prove. So...
The Oscars, yeah.
That was, well...
Y'all heard Tim's hat made a big buzz.
Not her hat. Thames wasn't wearing a hat. Thames was wearing a dress. And the dress was just a really, really large dress. It was the dress she wore on the red carpet. Here's what it looks like. Let me show you. It does cover her head, though.
Is this a wedding dress?
It could be. I mean, it could be, but I think it's just a white dress. She looks beautiful.
Yeah, her beauty was never the question.
I'm just pointing out.
Oh, you just giving her love.
I'm just giving my opinion. I think
no.
Thames
I was
beautiful.
confused because I'm like, we talking about hat or not hat, and you like, she looks beautiful, and I'm like, what's going on here? Is this the only picture we got?
There's another one down here, I think.
Because apparently there was a
okay.
okay. Let me see. Nas, go back to that picture you scrolled past.
So the thing you're talking about is that typically when someone has a very large, grand type of thing, which I'm sure you've seen with like Rihanna or any other like huge star, they wait. Typically, what women do is they wear a dress. On the red carpet, they wear the big, grandiose dress that everybody's going to see them in. And then they go inside and,
Okay, you were saying before it cut off, we had a little bit of a tech issue here.
I was saying...
Usually women wear the super fly dress to the red carpet.
On the red carpet, and then they change their clothes into something, I guess, more comfortable and easier to manage when they sit down. Usually, a lot of the big stars will do that. You won't see everyone do it, especially newcomers. You probably won't see them do that, but you'll see like a Beyonce do that, or I don't know,
big stars,
big like the big stars, right? Like you'll see Rihanna do that. I'm sure when Rihanna arrives to the Met Gala, she's usually the last person to arrive to the Met Gala in something really big and grand. She's probably not walking around the Met Gala, if she's even at the Met Gala afterwards. She's probably not walking around in that dress or sitting down in that dress. She's probably wearing something else afterwards. But
however,
that was her red carpet look. Thames, who's pretty new on the block, right? This is her first Oscar nomination. First time at the Oscars, she wore this beautiful white dress that was very big above her head. It was a statement piece, if you will, a very artsy statement piece that she was wearing. But where Thames fucked up was that Thames didn't change. And so when she sat down with everyone else,
what the fuck is that? Look at this guy's face right here.
Let me see.
Look at the guy in the front.
Well, he's fine because he's in the front. But everybody behind her couldn't see.
Yeah, and people were complaining apparently.
Yeah, people were complaining, and rightfully so. I think it's a faux pas. She didn't know.
A what?
A faux pas? Like a fashion faux pas. Like something you shouldn't do. Like something that's not acceptable to do in fashion. You'd call it a faux pas. So this is one of them where...
What the fuck does faux pas... Is that an acronym?
Faux pas? I think it's French.
Oh, no wonder.
Like faux, like fake.
Uh-huh.
Pas. P-A-S. I think that's, I'm pretty sure it's French.
Listen, even I'm learning this episode, y'all.
A faux pas. Here we go. An embarrassing. Oh, well, I guess I didn't give it. I didn't define it well. An embarrassing or tactless act or remark in a social situation.
That's accurate.
So it's but I was speaking specifically to fashion when I said it, because I feel like oftentimes that's the way I hear it being used. So it was a faux pas. It wasn't. I think she meant well, and she said too. She in the same article she says that. Okay, lost the article. She basically says, you know, it was her first time at the Oscars. She was nominated. She wanted to go all out and wear this great dress.
And she did.
But I think now she knows, right? Now she won't go to the Oscars with something. And who knows? She probably didn't know where she was sitting in relation to other people or anything like that before she got there. So now she knows that next time she goes to an award show where she's going to be sitting among other people, she probably shouldn't. You know, that dress deserved a box, like some sort of suite or something where she could sit there and be fine, and nobody had to be behind her.
Nobody had to be behind her. Let me ask you a question. You think Jamie Lee Curtis knows why she won?
No.
Okay.
In fact, have you seen the reaction? Because we didn't talk about the reaction. Have you seen it? I think Jamie Lee Curtis was surprised.
Okay.
I think she was surprised. Do you have any thoughts about that?
I don't believe shit actors do.
I should say, do you have any thoughts about when the winner was announced? Because that has been a big topic of conversation.
I know. And I don't believe shit actors do. I think actors are professionals
at acting.
That was good.
Or at pretending. I should say pretending.
Oh
is.
They make believe for a living.
Yeah, I agree.
Their job is to become other characters all the time. They are other characters more than they're themselves.
It's like we said about Will Smith last year. Like, we really didn't know what was real and what was fake because...
And that is exactly what I mean.
So I get it.
So when actors do things, I'm just like, yo, whatever, man.
So you think there's a possibility she wasn't surprised?
Yeah, that's why I asked. Do you think she knows?
I think we can all agree that Jamie Lee Curtis wasn't on a lot of people's bingo card. So I think the idea that she would be surprised, and maybe there's a chance that, and again we don't know, but maybe there's a chance that even when she was nominated for it, she was like, "Oh shit, they nominated me."
And it wasn't for Halloween? All right. Next, let's move on.
Yeah, so I don't know. Any thoughts on the face Angela Bassett made?
No.
Okay. I don't have any either. I mean, well,
you gave your thoughts already.
I have thoughts, but you know.
You can find her thoughts
at Hardly Minding My Business, wherever you get your podcasts. All right.
Hey, real quick, just go like this. Over there.
Over here?
Over there.
What is it?
It was a fuzzy. I am on the dash cam view, and it's there the whole time.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So since we're on movies, we should talk about. Oh my gosh, we didn't mention this because you stole my whole production. Like, you tried to steal producer from me this week.
And you know who else is trying to steal production?
Go ahead. We needed to talk about something sad, and I wanted to get the sad thing out of the way.
Okay, go ahead. I know what it is.
Lance Reddick.
Yes.
I would say most known for his role on Oz. Right?
No, I think The Wire was his biggest role.
I was going to mention...
you said most known for.
I was going to say The Wire, Oz, and John Wick.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you started with Oz after saying the most known for, so I thought that was your final answer.
I was going to bundle the three together.
I jumped the gun.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I said it, though. And he passed away last week.
So he passed away last week, a week before John Wick 4 comes out. Mm-hmm. In which I'm going to save my thoughts about that movie until next episode, because I already saw it. But this is opening weekend.
Yeah.
Today is Sunday. The movie's been out 2 days, and I don't want to ruin it for everyone yet.
Right, yeah.
But I will say some people are surprised that there's not like a tribute or anything like that. Keanu Reeves did make a really nice public statement. He said he wants to dedicate John Wick 4 to Lance Reddick.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know exactly how he's going to do that, but I thought it was a nice sentiment regardless. You know, Keanu Reeves is like a huge fucking star, and Lance Reddick was not, as much as I, adored him. And so I thought that was a really nice sentiment. But also, on a positive note, staying positive, they say that he died of natural causes. And so it's nice to not see like a fentanyl or an overdose or a killing of our people.
Yeah, he's still so young.
I was about to say, but it's sad that he was young, and it's sad that his career was really, really like probably at its height. I guess it's arguable because he does a lot of TV stuff.
Yeah. But
the John Wick series is big. He's a big part of it. And I don't know for sure if he was contracted for what's coming next, but I would assume that he was going to have some kind of role in the series, but they're doing a series about the place he works in the John Wick movies. And so there's a hotel he works at in New York City. He's concierge. He's like second in charge. And so there's a show coming out about the hotel. And so we don't know, is that about the past? Is that about the present? Is that about the future? Is that about its history and it's going to be a mix? A lot of us assumed he would be a big part of this. And so now we don't know what's going to happen. But regardless, it's sad that he passed.
Yeah.
More Black Death, like I said on my solo pod. And like I said on my solo pod, I do think it's cool that one of the things he became famous for is like the silly fake Jamaican accent as Desmond Mobe in Oz. That's the same accent he uses in all the John Wick movies. So that's pretty cool. And so, you know, I'm glad that he was able to do the things that he was able to do, but I'm sad to see him go. I don't know if he had kids. I don't really know anything about his personal life.
He had 3 children.
I didn't even know that. And so...
And a wife.
Didn't know any of that. Like I say all the time, I don't really follow anybody's personal lives. I really just stick to the art. And so... Excuse me. So that's really sad. You know, condolences to his wife and kids. Rest in peace, Lance Reddick. And, you know, we're sad to see him go. So.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very sad. I think you said it. You said it best. You're always a lot more eloquent when it comes to that stuff than I am. So we can leave it at that. But rest in peace to Lance Reddick.
Indeed.
Well, it's always a difficult thing to segue away from. But you did mention Ari Lennox, and so we should talk about Ari Lennox shooting her shot at Disney.
I really like Ari Lennox. You know, her style is raw and uncut.
It's very honest.
Whether she's mad at the Soul Train Awards, her fans, her critics, whether she's really digging something or someone, you know, she kind of just wears it on her sleeve. And I really like that about Ari. And so, Ari's like, yo, Disney, what up?
Yeah. And I had no qualms. Shoot your shot, Ari. I mean,
but do we know what she said specifically? Because I just heard she was like, Disney, what's up?
She performed. Like, she performed a song from The Princess and the Frog. But she's using it as an audition tape, essentially.
Oh, that is genius.
Yeah. Why not? You're already a big star. You know it's going to make its rounds. You know it's going to circulate. You know Disney's going to see it. I mean, what will they do with it? I don't know. Disney's been very friendly to the black girls when it comes to the Disney princess titles lately.
Well, also, you know, Disney is doing all of their movies as live action movies.
Yeah, so there's an opportunity. So that's what she's saying.
Ari could be, you know.
She's asking to be and she was very specific. She wants to be Tiana, Princess Tiana from The Princess and the Frog.
That's my shit too. I got friends on the other side.
Yep. And maybe that's what she's saying. I'm not sure.
No. She couldn't have sang that. That's the bad guy song.
Oh, well then. But
you seen it?
Of course.
The guy who does like the voodoo and the witchcraft and stuff. That's what he sings. He sings, "I got friends on the other side."
She sings Almost Home.
Got it. Throw it on. Hit it. Put it close enough. Get it, Ari.
People down here think I'm great, but I don't care. Trials and tribulations, I've had my share. There ain't no.
I'm just listening.
I dig it.
I vote yes. I'm not at Disney. Bob Iger, make it happen.
Or whoever it is.
That's the top dog at Disney.
I know he's the top dog at Disney, but I don't know if he's doing casting for Princess and the Frog. So whoever it is over there.
I'm sure he also doesn't watch this pod.
Well, duh. I'm just saying, like, whoever it needs to get to, and let's hope that it gets to them. Because I would love to see that.
Same.
I think with Chloe Bailey, with Halle Bailey being the Little Mermaid, I think we already knew Chloe as an actress. I just keep saying Chloe. We already knew Halle as an actress.
We did.
Yeah, we did. She's on, well, not anymore, but she was on, I would say, 3 seasons of Grownish.
Oh, okay.
With Yara Shahidi. Same thing with Yara Shahidi, who's playing Tinkerbell.
Oh, yeah?
We already know Yara as an actress. She is an actress. She's not a singer.
Anyway.
But we knew her. You know what I mean? So I think this is really interesting for Ari because I don't, as far as acting and whatnot, I think that would be a new world for her. And I like that. I like the idea of that. I think I would love to see what that looks like.
Yeah, same.
So
I'm with it. I vote yes.
Yeah, I'm down for that. And I think it's cool that she was, willing to shoot her shot. It's so funny because I know that she's kind of shy. Have you ever seen, like, when she does video?
Oh, I don't think Ari is shy.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Okay. There's a reason
Okay, go.
I think that
just because I have a different opinion don't mean you got to be quiet. There's 2 of us here. So use your platform. All right.
I think sometimes when she's on the internet and she's talking to people, like, I think she gets a little shy. I remember when she was talking, what actor was it that she was talking about? And I don't know if she said he was cute or something. She was on an Instagram live or wherever, and he actually ended up in the comments And he was like, yeah, let's go out on a date. And she was like, oh my gosh, oh my, there's a whole video of her going, oh my gosh, and like hiding her face and all kinds of stuff like that. And it was cute and it was endearing, but you could tell that she felt exposed. And I get that. I think sometimes some people have a complicated, sometimes it's complicated when it comes to like being in the public and being social, but also being to yourself too.
Yeah.
And that's the vibe that I get from her, that she may not necessarily totally be comfortable, even though she goes out on stage and she performs all the time and whatever. She may not necessarily also always be comfortable. So the fact that she was comfortable enough to be like, hey, Disney, look at me. I'm going to perform this song because this is what I want. This is what I want out of this. I just think it's really cool.
I agree.
But that's what I mean when I say I think she might be a little shy.
Got you.
So, but yeah, any last thoughts on that before we move on?
On Ari? No.
Yep. Okay. All right. Well, you want to talk about Winnie the Pooh?
Oh man.
Since we're still on movies and things.
Yo, they banned the Winnie the Pooh horror movie in China.
Speaking of Disney.
China, right?
Yeah.
Wild.
Yes.
I think it's really interesting. Because we were just talking about this Winnie the Pooh movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, number one, I don't know anything else China has banned in recent years from, like, horror or whatever films.
But I'm sure there's a list.
Sure, but I'm saying I don't know of it. And so this made the news cycle, and I thought that was really interesting. And now, like, you know, I feel like this is why the studios need to holler at us. Because I feel like the version of Winnie the Pooh horror movie we made in like 2 minutes on this same podcast, it wouldn't have been banned in China, excuse me.
You think so?
I think they'd have been like, man, y'all are all right with us.
Well, then, holler at us.
China.
No.
You said holler at us?
Nope. I said holler at us. I did not say who. Okay, because, listen, let me tell you, the feds.
They too busy trying to ban TikTok. They not worried about us.
And trying to put prize away, but that's a conversation for another day.
See that I wouldn't have said on camera. See that? That's a whole nother thing. I can't even.
If you know, you know. If you don't, well, Google it.
I know and I still don't know.
Google it. Anyway.
Yo, free prize. You know what I'm saying? This is ridiculous.
All right, so let's move on to music.
That's it? We done with TV and film and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah.
An hour and a half.
Oh. Succession comes back this week.
Hey!
So excited.
By the time this comes out, Succession episode 1, season 4.
Season 4.
Look at me, man. You know what I'm saying? Season 4, episode 1 will already be out. We might even give y'all some stuff on the socials.
Here's the thing.
No promises.
I would just say this.
But
if y'all are not watching Succession, y'all should watch Succession. Because
absolutely,
we both watch Succession.
Yes.
So it's going to come up on the pod.
Yes.
So you might as well, if you haven't started it yet, you might as well get started on it now.
Yes.
Because it's going to get mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway.
And we should also mention season 4 is the final season.
It's the final
So if
season.
you like to binge watch, this camera. If you like to binge watch, that was the perfect time to get started.
Yeah, it's the perfect
because
time.
you could get the grinding. It's only 12 episodes a season?
I think it might even be less than
Might even be less. You could catch up like this.
Yeah.
You could finish this podcast episode and go straight into Succession.
Yeah. Easy.
Come on.
Easy.
Let's keep it moving.
All right. So
Music.
Speaking of new things, Black's album came out, but we'll talk about that
Next pod.
Next pod.
I need some more time to listen. I heard it once.
Yeah.
I need more time.
And I didn't hear it yet. So.
Oh, okay, good.
But there's new Usher. There's a new Usher single.
Usher, baby.
Mm-hmm. Glue.
Oh, I know what it's called. You know who wrote it?
No.
You know who produced it?
No.
Get it. I want them to see your live reaction.
Okay.
Hey, Chris, dash cam. Make sure you hit the dash cam.
Chris should have this. Oh, no. I didn't mean that. Chris should have this information queued up for us already. Chris is
It's
terrible.
not Chris' job for you to know who produced Usher's record. You be trying to put everything on Chris, yo.
Interns don't do research?
He's supposed to know for you. I know who did it.
You're not telling me. I don't understand. You said it like 3 minutes ago and you still have not told me.
Because I'm trying to give the listeners and viewers a special moment. Where else they gonna get the live reaction and excitement?
Is it Eric Bellinger?
Your Apple Music don't tell you the credits?
I don't see it. I thought it did, but I don't see it. You could have just told me. Written by Little John, Sean Garrett, the Avila Brothers, and Usher Raymond. Yeah.
You see? Where else y'all gonna get that? You know what I'm saying?
You baited me. I don't like your ways. I don't like your ways.
I knew what was going to happen when you saw Little John and Sean Garrett sharing credits.
A fascinating bunch.
Written and produced by those two people. Well, that group of people.
That's interesting. Okay.
And he didn't put an okay on it, a yeah on it.
He didn't.
And let me tell you,
Congratulations
I'm glad.
to him.
No, but I'm glad he didn't, because this record is smooth as fuck.
Oh yeah.
And if we had yeahs and okays on it, it would have been a little different.
And it's a very
This is definitely Sean Garrett's pen.
And it's I like it because it's like timeless. It's like instant classic. Is that what they say?
That's what the kids say. Instant classic.
And I say that because it sounds like the Usher you want, right? Usher's not trying to be something he's not.
This is not OMG.
Right. He's just doing what he does and what he does best. And that's what I really like about it. Like, give me more of that. Because I'm always nervous when people like Usher say they're putting out new music, because we got a good thing going and we've had a good thing going for a really long time. And don't fuck it up, Usher. Don't. I get really nervous when my faves are like, I want to try something new. Do you?
I don't think Usher's trying anything new.
Yeah, I think he's good. As a matter of fact, I think I talked about this a while back where he did an interview and he said, he was like, I'm having fun right now.
It was Angie.
Like, oh, yeah. But
it was Angie Martinez's podcast.
Yeah, he was like, I did all the things that I wanted to do. I tried all the things that I wanted to try, and now I'm just having a good time. I'm enjoying the music I've made.
He said that's what the Vegas residency is.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that. But this record, I was like, this is perfect. This is what I want from Usher if Usher's going to put out new music. This is exactly what I want from him. I have
it's
nothing
super
bad
smooth.
to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great record. I gotta be honest, it caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Because I saw Glue and was like, what this about to be? Like,
because I was nervous too when I saw the
this,
title.
I thought it was gonna be like a Oh My God, or what is it, Daddy's Home?
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be one of those pop
Daddy's Home was a little strange.
type records. It's not.
It's not a bad song. It's just one of those where it's like, okay.
Hey, listen. There's plenty of women out here calling men daddy.
That's true.
That's not their sperm donor.
Yep.
That did not procreate and bring them into this world.
Yep.
So.
That's true.
Anyway.
Yep.
I heard Glue, or I saw the title and the artwork and was like, what is this? Like, what we about to get? Which Usher is this?
Yeah.
And the beat came on and I was like, this Usher?
He's on there crooning.
Like, this old school sound? And Usher came right on with it. I said, oh, wow, this is serious.
Yep.
And then when I learned who wrote and produced, I was like, oh, man, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Just call them. Hey, you know what I need? I need to call the fellas who always deliver.
Yeah.
Special delivery.
Yep. I'm not gonna do it.
I didn't know if you was or not, but
yeah. So my transitions today are terrible, but
I fucked you up.
you did. You threw off. I had like a whole order that I was working with,
Listen,
and
man, you know.
you completely turned my episode upside down.
That's it. Ain't that a song? Upside down, boy, you turn me inside out. It is.
Yes. But I can't. It's like 80s dance music.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember it. Like, I can hear it, but I can't totally hear it. It's like faint in the background. It's gonna come to me at some point. It'll love.
Then maybe you'll sing it. It's fine. Come on, let's keep it pushing.
Okay, so the new Usher. Do you want to talk about T-Pain?
T-Pain put out a cover EP. I don't know half the songs, so I don't have much to say. You got something to say?
I mean, I thought it was good. It's covers, so
Yeah, I mean, he's not breaking the mold. Like,
no, and T-Pain can sing, so it's interesting to hear. I didn't know all of the songs either.
I don't know. It's like 7 or 8 songs. I don't know half of them.
I think I know half of them.
Yeah, I don't.
But yeah, I mean, I thought it was great. I actually reposted the Sam Smith cover on our Instagram last week. I think it's a cool thing for T-Pain to do. Because, you know, I think, I really think that at some point T-Pain was like, well, I want to prove to, like, for those of y'all who don't know, I can sing without auto-tune.
Oh, that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, but
10 years ago, he did a whole bunch of performances, including, I think, a Tiny Desk, where he's not using auto-tune.
Yeah, and I think...
And people are like, oh, he can sing!
Right, and he's always known how to sing. So,
yeah.
I think it's a cool thing for him to do. I don't think it was a bad thing. I listened to the whole thing. I thought it sounded good. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's something I'll go back to.
Nah.
But I think it's cool that, you know, he did it.
I think the selection was interesting. Like, that's really all I could say.
I feel like this seems like a situation where he probably, like, does this a lot. This seems like a very much so for fun thing that he probably does, where he probably has a bunch of these covers, and maybe he chose his favorite ones. It was like, I'm gonna throw them on an LP.
Maybe?
An EP. So yeah, I don't know, but I thought it was good. I don't have anything crazy to say.
Yeah, it's
about
hard to critique it because, I mean, it's covers. So.
Yeah. So it's like, did he sound good? Yeah, I felt he sounded
it's T-Pain.
good.
He sounds great.
But yeah, so before we get to the bullshit.
I didn't know there was bullshit coming. All right, let me grab my coffee.
The Weeknd was named by Billboard.
Yup.
The Weeknd is now considered. I want to make sure I get this right.
Yeah. Billboard said.
So according to Billboard, The Weeknd has been named the world's most popular artist by the Guinness World Records.
And that is gangster.
Yeah. Because that means that's something that they were able to quantify.
Yeah. And I didn't even know the Guinness Book of World Records was doing stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's always interesting to me when music stuff is in the Guinness Book of World Records. Mm-hmm. Or they're talking about music stuff in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah. So apparently they analyzed Spotify data.
Oh, lovely.
So do we believe them?
I
love Spotify, by the way. Spotify is great. I just want to point that out. I love Spotify, and it's wonderful. And I'm not here to say anything bad about Spotify. Spotify is great. Spotify is great. Love listening to podcasts and things on Spotify.
For those who aren't watching, I have just been silent and blinking into the JD cam. If you're listening and wondering, why isn't JD saying anything? It's because I'm busy blinking. You know...
Spotify is wonderful. Okay.
Oh, still not done, huh?
I just want to clear up what I said before. I think that what I said initially sounded a little bit negative, and I want to be very clear about the fact that I love Spotify, and I think Spotify is an incredible company.
Wow. Okay.
Listen, okay? We must protect our political affiliations here. Okay?
I mean, I don't have any, but you can protect whatever you got to do.
I have to pay my bills.
I got it.
Okay.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I mean, of the audience. Dash and J.D is not playing around.
Not with my checks, no.
I see. I thought you would be creeping, but I guess not.
No. Long live Spotify.
Oh, you didn't catch my alley-oop just now.
I didn't.
It's okay.
I didn't.
The Weeknd also has a kind of new record out.
Yes, he does.
And by record, I mean song, not Guinness Book of World Records. And so, a while ago, Metro Boomin? Right?
Yeah.
Metro Boomin put out an album called Heroes and Villains. That's the right name? That's the producer?
It is Metro Boomin.
Oh, I felt like I was saying the wrong thing. I always get nervous about saying artists and producers' names wrong because I want to make sure it doesn't come across like I'm hating. Because really, I have a lot of respect for people, and so I don't want to mess up their shit. And also, in the words of Erykah Badu, I'm a little bit sensitive about my shit. So a lot of people call me the wrong name or don't put the dots in between the JD. And so I be trying not to be the same kind of fuck up.
You get upset with the dots not being there. You do.
Years ago, I thought about doing a song called Respect the Dots. Because no one would ever put the dots. And they were trying to make my name some whole next shit. But I never made the record. And I often still think about making the record. But anyway.
I sent you a text about the pod the other day.
You going to tell them our secret?
I mean, since you brought it up, I sent you a text about our pod with our names in it. And I did not put the dots because I was texting you. And I felt like, and you corrected me.
Respect the dots.
You said that you forgot the dots.
That's right.
And, I accept that. I received that.
In the words of Birdman, put some respect on my name.
Yeah. I definitely did that. I said,
Nah, it happens. People call me all type of wrong shit. It's fine. I understand the name I chose, but it's fine.
I was like, oh, on the little, okay. I was like,
sometimes you gotta,
all right,
you gotta let cats know.
I'm not gonna, next time.
I bet you won't forget the dots next time.
No, I didn't. I'm pretty sure I've sent you a text since then with your name in it, and I put the dots.
And I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
and it is Heroes and Villains, by the way.
Well, I knew that was the album name. I just wanted to make sure I was saying Metro Boomin's name correctly.
Yeah, you're saying it correctly.
So Metro Boomin put out an album called Heroes and Villains. a while back. One of the songs that took off from the album is called... What'd you say?
I said old people when I made the sound when I got up.
I was like, wait, I said something wrong? No?
No, I'm just old.
Oh, I'm sorry. 62, right?
Ooh, 65.
See, I tried to make you a little younger this time.
Nah, you don't have to, but thank you. That was generous.
That's it. So one of the songs that took off is called Creepin'. And it is a new rendition, new version of the very famous Mario Winans song, I Don't Wanna Know, which, if you don't know, was written by Neo. And it took off. And so it is obviously produced by Metro Boomin. Okay?
It was a great song.
It's a good song. The original? Or
Yeah, the original. It's great.
And so the new one, Creepin', basically is the same beat, but an updated version. Slightly different tempo. Probably won't even notice. And it is sung by The Weeknd and features a verse from 21.
21, can you do something for me?
21 Savage is on the he has a rap verse on the original version of Creepin'. I'm sorry, this is hard to decipher and explain to y'all at the same time. So recently, a remix came out for Creepin'. Right. And so, a remix to the remix of the remix. And that's why it's hard to decipher. So, no, I'm not talking about the song I just told y'all about. I'm saying that they did a remix to the Metro Boomin record, Creepin'. And so there's even a video, which I think is very interesting. And in the remix, you have appearances in the video from Mario Winans. He does not sing, but he's in there chilling. You know,
He's in the car.
They're paying homage to him in the video. Well, if you just listen to the record, he's not there.
Oh, but you said the video.
I know, so I'm just making sure everyone understands that there's a little bit of difference. And so, on the audio, no Mario Winans still. In the video, you get to see Mario Winans chilling with The Weeknd. And they kept 21 Savage's verse. And we get a brand new verse from none other than P. Diddy, Love, Puff, Sean Combs.
All of those things, yep.
And I thought that was so smart.
Yeah.
And I don't know, y'all, I don't listen to the radio intentionally. Like, if I'm somewhere and it's on, cool. If I'm in a store, I walk in, I'm like, oh, what they got playing? Oh, okay, that's what they play at H&M. Oh, that's what Duncan got on? Oh, Star, yeah, I know the stores. They didn't pay us. And at my job, they have the radio playing often. And I have been hearing Creepin' a lot on the radio. And so I was like, wow, that's
a radio
really, yeah, I mean, you know the whole science between taking something familiar and repackaging it. And so Metro Boomin is a genius for repurposing and remixing the record from the original I Don't Want to Know. And now to do a remix of your redone, repackaged thing, it's fucking genius. Genius on top. Genius squared. It's great. And then throw Diddy on it.
It's a great record.
Who doesn't love a verse from Diddy on an R&B record?
I mean, it's a cheat code, really.
Ayo, the sun don't shine forever.
Because as long as it's here.
We might as well shine together.
I mean,
that's not what he says on Creepin'. I'm just giving an example of a Diddy verse on an R&B record. Because I don't want them to go listen to the Creepin' remix and be like,
he didn't say that.
He didn't even mention the sun.
What are you even talking about?
Right. And so, yeah, The Weeknd got a lot going on.
Yeah,
and
good for him.
He's doing this thing. Congratulations to The Weeknd. Shout out to Diddy.
Over 100 million monthly active listeners.
Okay. I gotta see what's this guy's name?
And apparently, what guy?
Oh, Bad Bunny. I gotta see what Bad Bunny's numbers are.
What's interesting is Miley Cyrus is number 2.
I got a beef with Miley Cyrus, but I don't want no beef with the listeners. So.
What is your beef with Miley Cyrus?
She's the one with the Flowers record, right?
Should we talk about the soft pod? I should buy myself flowers.
All she did was answer Bruno Mars' record. And everyone's losing their mind.
You know, I never really thought about that because I've never heard the full song. I've only ever heard a few seconds of it on TikTok.
The part you're singing?
It's a huge
That's Bruno
TikTok.
Mars, If I Was Your Man.
I love that song, but
That's it, and it's the same melody.
that's as you're saying it, I'm like, oh, because again, I've never listened to the entire song. But when I go on TikTok, sometimes it's a snippet of that is a TikTok sound.
Remember when they was doing like Little Mr. Sunshine, Little Mr. This, Little Mr. That?
Yeah.
You need a shirt that says Little Miss TikTok. Every pod, you like, well, I was on TikTok. You know what I saw on TikTok? I only know it because it was on TikTok.
You're right.
That's you, Little Miss TikTok.
Yep, I am Little Miss TikTok.
Dashing D, a.k.a. Dash, a.k.a. Little Miss TikTok.
Little Miss TikTok, that's me.
It's
That's
you.
me. Yep.
Go follow Dash on TikTok, y'all. Tell him your TikTok. I'm about to say Instagram.
Hardly minding my business. That's an easy one.
How could we not know that already?
Right. I'm hardly minding my business on TikTok. So please follow me.
There it is.
I'm over there.
But yeah, that's all she did, and the internet went nuts. It was like, oh my god,
I should
she's
buy
so
myself
great.
flowers. I didn't even know it was her at first, because again, you hear shit on TikTok, and it's like,
Yeah, you never know who it is.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what she says. She's singing the same melody, the same lyrics. She just replaced with I should have or I could have, whatever it is that Bruno Mars says.
Well.
And she says, I can buy myself.
Well, listen. Listen,
cool.
she's
You know what I'm
number
going to do? I'm going to go find some old ass records and I'm going to just do answering records.
Why not? Because she's number 2.
And I'm going to put out an EP called All the Answers.
Ridiculous. But she has about
What Jay-Z said?
she has about 82 million monthly active listeners.
Well, I'm picking on her for the Flowers record, but she has a humongous fan base.
And real shit,
And,
Miley Cyrus
and that was
sing.
way before this
of course.
record came out.
I mean, because
so
I
just wanted to talk about that because people won't shut up about this Flowers record, and it's another record that plays. It's another record that plays all the time at the job.
I love the
on
way it
radio.
responded to you when you went,
Right.
gave you a double beep, like, my nigga.
Right. It was like beep 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 beep.
Right. Like, excuse you.
That was a JD cam, mad FUs to me. It was like Miley Cyrus said. Beep, 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 beep,
Right.
beep,
And why you
beep,
gotta
beep,
be so rude
Right.
when I'm trying to tell you something?
It's like, hello, I'm dying. Anyway, yeah, like everybody's going crazy and like giving her all these props about this record. And I'm like, she didn't even really do shit. Like,
What I will say is about Miley Cyrus, I know Miley Cyrus is not really a part of our ministry here, but she's a great singer.
oh, okay.
That she is.
Did she do Wrecking Ball or whatever?
She's Wrecking Ball. She can sing. I mean, I don't really know, other than the Flowers song, I don't really know what's happening with her music today.
She could just do Wrecking Ball and sell out stadiums.
Right. I watched her do MTV Uncut.
I'm gonna switch it out. You keep going.
Not MTV Uncut.
Unplugged.
wrong network, wrong show.
Come on. We know it wasn't Spotify.
She did MTV Unplugged, and I'm not really a country music person. It's just never been something that I've been into. And she said she was getting back to her roots or something like that when she did Unplugged, and she did all of it, like all of her pop songs as country records. I thought that shit was so dope.
Well, isn't that what her dad does?
Yeah, Billy Ray Cyrus is her dad, and then I think Dolly Parton is her godmother or something like that. So I think Dolly, was that the one where Dolly came out and performed with her?
Listen, you're asking the wrong
I'm pretty sure, but that was, for me, that was when I was like, yeah, this girl can really blow. Like, she got chops. She does. She does. I mean, again, that was years ago, but, yeah. So, 82 million.
That's gangster. I got like 12.
I mean, if you got 12, I got one. So, anyway, last but not least, the Isley Brothers.
Oh, shit.
Now, if you guys didn't realize, by their name, the Isley Brothers, they're brothers. Okay? I just want to clarify that. They are, in fact, brothers with the last name Isley. Okay? Ronald, Rudolph, and I think there's... How many of them are there?
Don't ask me. I
All right.
don't know.
Well, this is really...
Let's phone a friend.
This is really...
Whose parents you want to call? Mine or yours? Yo! That's a mic drop right there.
Okay, well, in this particular, so I think it's three brothers, but this is about two of them. So, I'm just gonna read what Yahoo posted because I don't have the whole story down, so I just want to make sure that I'm not misrepresenting this. So.
You got it, or you need a second?
No, I got it.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So this says, according to TMZ, Rudolph Isley is suing his brother Ronald. Yes. Ronald, who we know very, very well. You know, you're contagious.
That's so funny. Baby. That is the song everyone goes to when they say his name. That's so interesting.
Yeah. For many reasons. But also, I feel like their songs together... while he's the face and, like, I guess the lead singer of the whole thing, they're still all very much involved on their music. So if you're talking about Ronald Isley by himself, I feel like that's one of the popular ones that people go to. But anyway.
I agree. Do you know what each brother does?
Am I supposed to know?
No, but I know.
Okay.
So, thanks to another podcast.
You be saying another podcast like we don't know the one podcast you listen to.
I listen to more than one podcast, thank you very much. I listen to your podcast.
We know your favorite podcast, though.
I don't know what you're talking about. My favorite podcast is Man Cave Mondays.
Yeah, whatever.
My second favorite podcast is G Squared.
All right. So, according to TMZ...
Wait, let me tell you what they do.
All right.
You don't want to know?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so Ron Isley, we know, is the lead singer. Mm-hmm. And so, the other brother who's not part of the lawsuit, what's his name?
I don't remember his name at the moment. And I don't
All
have
right,
it open.
well, it's Rudolph, Ron, and another brother in the band. The other brother plays the guitar. Mm-hmm. And there's lots of music where you hear the guitar.
Yeah.
That's that brother.
That's a big part of their music.
Correct. And so Rudolph, and this is where it gets a little interesting. Rudolph does backup vocals.
Yes.
But wait, there's more. Because when you look him up and look up his contributions, it says backup singer. Like backup vocals. Mm-hmm. And so when you hear that, you're like, man, fuck him, get out of here. Until you do a little more research. Mm-hmm. And you find out that he has co-writing credits on a bunch of the hit records that the Isley Brothers have.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, here we go. According to TMZ, Rudolph Isley is suing his brother Ronald over the Isley Brothers trademark. Rudolph is arguing Ronald went behind his back and made business transactions and cut him out of a significant amount of money.
Mm-hmm. The splits.
Right. The lawsuit states Ronald applied and got approved for the trademark in his own name 2 years ago. He awarded he was awarded exclusive rights to all visual recordings and audio-visual recordings featuring music and animation.
Yep.
Meaning he's been collecting all of the group's profits since 2021.
Yep. 21.
Now Rudolph wants a piece of the pie. He's asking a judge. I hate the way that's written because he wants a piece of the pie. Like, he is part of the pie.
Well, he wants a piece of the pie he has been denied.
Of course. I'm just saying, when you say it like that, you make it sound like he's trying to get something he doesn't deserve. Anyway, that's just the way it's written. He's asking a judge to look into Ronald's accounting to see how his money compares to Rudolph's. He also wants half of everything Ronald has made since acquiring the trademark, TMZ's report stated. The 83-year-old alleges that he and his younger brother are supposed to split all of the band's profits down the middle, including their bigger multi-million-dollar deals. They came up with this arrangement back in 1986.
Yes.
We were cooking. We were literally, well,
baking.
One of us, maybe both of us, because you're older than I am. So that's why I'm like, I mean, you know, we've both.
You still conceived in 86, no?
Yeah, but, you know, there's some, we don't know when that happened. I'm just saying. Anyway, we were cooking in 86.
You want to call your parents or mine?
I mean, I know when I was conceived.
Oh, shit.
I was conceived on my parents' honeymoon.
All right.
I was.
I wasn't ready.
I was a honeymoon baby. Anyway.
There's the name of our episode. The Honeymooners.
Anyway, they came up with this arrangement back in 1986 when their brother O'Kelly passed away. Rudolph says he went against that agreement when he applied for the trademark changes in 2021.
That's true.
The plaintiff was an original member of the Isley Brothers and worked in music for more than 4 decades before retiring in 1989 to become a minister. Whoever wrote this very terribly.
Very terribly.
Making bad took a brief. Okay, this is just saying who's left. So who's because it was more than
corrected.
It was more than 3 of them, and a couple of the brothers died. And they said that they after the deaths of their brothers, they reformed sometime later, first as a trio, then later added their younger brothers Ernie and Marvin, and producer Chris Jasper. Marvin died in 2010, 25 years after O'Kelly. The band's current members are Ernie and Ronald. So Rudolph is not in the band anymore. Correct. Rudolph left the band, but Rudolph is like, hey,
I got this paperwork.
You owe me money for, you know, we made an agreement and you went back on the agreement.
Bitch better have my money.
Y'all should know me well enough. What do you think about this?
I think
brothers feuding over money.
I think that's just a regular day in the world. I mean, if we're keeping it real, money is something families fight over all the time.
All the time, yeah.
When people pass, when somebody gets a payday, when somebody gets a raise, I mean, anything. I mean, you could get a fucking scratch-off ticket. Niggas be like, hey, where's my part? You still owe me $5 from 76. You'd be like, damn, nigga, you want $5 from 76? I'll take your little $5, bitch.
And yeah, that's true.
So it's not a new thing. Money destroys families. Really, greed destroys families. I don't know what's true and not true.
But let's say what I just read was true.
That they had an agreement since 86. Ron fucked up and he got to pay how he weighed.
Yeah.
50%.
I agree.
If the paperwork from the 80s says 50%, then it's 50%.
But why be shady now? Y'all and y'all.
Because that's probably when Versus hit them up. And a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, that's true. When more money started rolling in, money that they weren't making before. But that's just such a messed up thing to do.
Oh yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna argue that Ron is within his right. I think it's pretty obvious that if the paperwork from the 80s is true, Ron is foul. I don't think there's anyone who's gonna argue against that, but that's probably why, because look at all the categories that were specified in the trademark.
Right.
And so if that's what's in the trademark, that's there for a reason. When you do things and specify, it's because you're aiming to do that.
Yeah.
If I say, hey, I'm trying to make sure that any camera with a J on it is my trademark, well, I'm about to put out some cameras with a J on them.
Yeah.
That's why, because you don't just trademark shit for the fun of it. I mean, unless you're trying to fuck with the NFL. You know about that?
No.
When the NFL had to change the name Washington Redskins, this dude in Washington was like sitting at home coming up with all these names that the NFL might change the name to.
I remember.
And he
that.
trademarked like 20 names.
That was really
some
smart.
fly number of names. And so for a season, they were just called the Washington team.
Yeah.
They couldn't even have a name.
That's actually was really smart of him.
Fucking love it. But that's the only kind of person who's going to do some shit like that. I mean, you're not going to trademark some shit without a plan.
Right.
And so, yeah, clearly there was some shit that came through or was in the works. And he said, I want this shit for me. And so he cut out his brother. And this is if, in your example, if the paperwork from the 80s is true. We don't know that it's true or not. We haven't seen any paperwork. But, hey, Ron, if your brother got the papers, you got the pay, player. That's it. And greed is also contagious.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate.
I mean, it's foul. Unfortunate is like you went to cross the street and got hit by a car. That's unfortunate. Completely cutting out your brother of the money that you already agreed to pay him, that's foul.
I guess when I say it's unfortunate, I mean, to be on the receiving end of that and it's your brother, it's like...
In the words of Ghostface
Really?
Killer, family ain't family no more.
Right. I would just be like, but... Or if you thought... My thing is, if we made an agreement... Because to me, it seems like up to this point, and well, I don't know. I can't speak on that. I don't know what their history is in terms of any conflict that they may have had within the group. And I think that there may have been, if I'm not mistaken, previous conflict. I just don't know between who. Because I was going to say, y'all made this agreement back then, and it seems like you were able to come to an amicable agreement then. Like, why not just go to him and be like, okay, so we need to reevaluate the original agreement? Or...
Because greed.
Of course.
Because you retired in 89, and I still been hot in these streets, and Versus and everyone else is coming to me now during lockdowns. And so, yeah, you over there being a pastor or whatever, I'm going to get my coins too. You got your non-taxable money over there.
He thought that Rudolph was going to be drifting on a memory.
Facts. Good reference.
Thank you.
But, yeah, it's greed. I could totally see somebody who don't give a fuck doing all of that shit.
But really, Ron, he's got some work to do.
That's it.
And I'm not talking about between the sheets.
Oh, you going in now. What else you got? You gonna tell me about Mr. Biggs?
He thinks he's Mr. Biggs.
All right. Well, anything else?
And he tried to keep it on the down low.
Gotta keep it on the down low.
But like you said, greed is contagious.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, so now I'm going to throw a curveball at you because you fucked up this episode.
Yeah! Come on, let's go. What you got?
And I didn't get to add a plan, and like you completely like messed with me today. It's fine.
I was on my Joker shit.
Yeah.
Dark Knight. He said, inside a little bit of chaos.
So I was going to insert this somewhere else in the episode, but I forgot about it until now.
And so here we are.
Something came out yesterday.
It wasn't me. I don't know her. And that's not me on camera.
So something came out.
Yesterday.
Saturday. New development.
Oh, shit. Oh, I know what you're going to talk about.
There's not a lot of information. So this is not about to be a deep dive because we don't have enough to deep dive on it. But I think we need to acknowledge it because while there may be more information that comes out in the next 2 weeks, we won't pod again for another 2 weeks. So I think it's right to acknowledge it, especially because we've talked about him recently.
A lot.
In depth.
A lot.
We have.
It's got 2 think pieces on 2 episodes.
Like I said, whenever certain things come up, my anxiety shoots through the roof because I'm just like, I'm uncomfortable and I don't really know what to do with this.
Right.
But we should point out that yesterday, it was reported.
On Saturday?
Yesterday, yeah. On March 25th, it was reported that actor Jonathan Majors, and I'm reading this from the New York Times, actor Jonathan Majors was arrested in Manhattan and charged with assault and harassment after what the police in New York described as a domestic dispute. He was taken into custody without incident, the authorities said. The victim, described only as a 30-year-old woman, was taken to a hospital after suffering what the police said were minor injuries to her head and neck. And one of his reps, appointed by his lawyer, said that Mr. Majors was the victim of an altercation with a woman he knows, and that the woman had recanted the accusation, and that video evidence and witnesses supported his account. Mr. Majors is entirely innocent and did not assault her whatsoever, the statement said. And then it just, says where it happened. It happened somewhere in Chelsea.
I know where.
When they got...
We don't need to put that on the pod, though. But I know where it happened. They said it in an article I read, which I thought was foul.
Yeah, I see the corner it happened, but...
I don't know why they would put that there.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
She was taken to a nearby hospital, and she's in stable condition. Right. That's from the police.
Right. So, like I said, not a lot has come out. They're saying there's video and witnesses.
Well, I didn't even know that. I didn't want to cut you off when we were reading, but to me, that's an update. I didn't even know his reps said anything, or that video stuff is interesting.
I think the update was today. Because according to the article, it was updated today. So obviously, it's a developing story. They're saying that they have video and they have witnesses to prove that he did not do what he was accused of. They're even saying, as I said, that she recanted her story, even though a recanted story doesn't always mean that something didn't happen.
That's true.
But just wanted to point it out because we've talked about him a lot lately.
And we're fans of his.
And we're fans of his. And that would be a really disappointing news if we were to find out that was true. I'm curious to see what happens next. Will we get a video?
It would behoove them to release the video because the court of public opinion, we have seen the court. Okay, let me rephrase. We have seen the court of public opinion sway conglomerates into removing humongous stars from their roles, i.e., Johnny Depp. And so...
And Jonathan Majors is a black man, so his fall from grace would be a lot longer and a lot harder, if we're being honest.
Well, on top of that, he's also no Johnny Depp.
Well,
so
no, he's not. But
it's going to be harder.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be harder for him to bounce back if he even can bounce back.
Right.
If this goes awry.
And he has been riding high. He has been riding high.
Yeah, he's killing it. I didn't even know he had... Oh, sorry, go.
Things have been going well for him.
Absolutely.
Like you were about to say, he has new projects coming out soon. So
yeah, I didn't even know. When I was reading the article, it said he has a film coming out in December. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that. I didn't see a trailer, read an announcement. I know about the Dennis Rodman alleged, because it hasn't been confirmed, but I know about the Dennis Rodman movie he's supposed to be starring in. But I mean, listen, I never want to support people who are abusing women. I have to be very clear on that. I'm not saying he did. And that's why I'm saying it would behoove them to release the video, because there are a lot of people who, off of rumors, will completely, quote unquote, cancel you, who will completely stop supporting you. And it's hard when you don't know, which is what I said when the Megan Tory stuff happened. I said, listen, I don't know. Until I know, I can't fuck with homeboy.
Right.
And so that could be a lot of people's stance here as well. And he's got huge contracts in place already. And I'm sure lots of shit in the works, especially if that Creedverse stuff is true. Creed universe, Creedverse, whatever. Between that and Marvel, like, he's got huge contracts that are there. And so we already said he's on his way up. He's a rising star. We're rooting for him. So far, we love his work. It would be a shame to see him locked up, not able to find work, broke, etc. I truly hope this is not true.
Me too.
And I hope we're able to see the video that they say they have. And if it's not true, then, yo, she fucked up. And she should be reprimanded, although she probably will not be. And now on the flip side of that coin, because I'm not going to just support only the man, like I said, I don't tolerate women being hit. You know, I don't think people should be abused. And, you know, she recanted, as you said. That doesn't always mean that things are not happening. She could have been threatened. There could have been things that are tampered with.
Yeah, I mean, he's a high-profile person at this point. So
absolutely.
He may not be the highest of profiles, but he's high-profile enough for it to immediately make the news.
Of course.
You know,
of course.
so...
I mean, and it also happened in Manhattan, so...
Right.
You can't do anything in Chelsea and it not, like...
Yeah.
Especially a black person in Chelsea. Like, it's a predominantly rich white neighborhood, so... Anyway, yes, if it comes out that he is in the wrong, then I will support her, and we should support her because women should not be harmed in this way. These type of things should not happen. And to play the middle, it is always challenging when it's a domestic dispute, because it's often he say versus she say, and that's why my immediate response was, it would behoove them to release the video.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, you know, if there is a video and the video comes out and he hit that woman, then, you know, I'm ready to get him the fuck out of here. I won't ask any questions. I won't. If that's what's on video, then he can go. I don't have any. I'm not too attached to anybody, as I said recently. No, he can get the fuck out of here if he needs to, but it would absolutely be disappointing. And again, I think that given what we know, it's hard to, at this point, make such a definitive decision about what happened, because we don't.
Yeah, we don't know shit.
It's still developing, so. I mean, it's a sucky way to end the podcast, but I just wanted to make sure we brought it up and we talked about it because he's someone that we've been talking about a lot. So
no, I agree. I don't think it's sucky. I think we're doing our job as, I guess, journalists, and we're reporting. Sometimes that's part of the job. The same way we have to report on people passing and people being arrested. That's all part of it. I mean, right now he's not in custody. We were having a good time, and then
put a dark cloud on our good time.
Sometimes you got to snap back to reality,
right? Yeah.
You know, and so, you know, he too has work to do, because even if he is innocent, yo, fam, you got to be around better people,
right? Yeah.
So I don't think it's a sad no. I think we'll see. Yeah.
There's speculation that it's his girlfriend. That is still unclear.
Right.
I don't know, and this is the first time I'm hearing that he has a girlfriend, so I don't know how true it is. Although someone who is being propped up as a sex symbol, it is very likely, not necessarily for him, but just in general, it is very likely that they hide that part of their
Of course.
life in order to be able to prop up that image. So
Yeah.
it's possible that that's the case, but we're not clear on that. So that's all I have to say about it for now. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe by the time our next episode rolls around, there will be more information. Maybe there will be a released video.
Right.
But yeah, I'm wondering because since it happened on a Saturday.
Well, it happened Friday night, allegedly, and he was arrested 11 a.m. Saturday when she called 911.
Okay.
That's the story.
Well, I'm just saying he was arrested on Saturday, so it doesn't say he was released.
He's not in jail. He was released.
Okay. That didn't. I wonder why it didn't say. That was weird.
He's not in jail. He was released.
Okay. Yeah. So that's
The police put out a statement, and then in the follow-up statement, that's what was stated.
Gotcha.
He's no longer in custody,
Okay.
which is super fly, but that's another conversation.
Yeah.
Because usually, you be locked up till Monday.
Well, that's why I was like, it didn't.
I mean,
that wasn't
he's a
clear
star.
there. So they have.
He's got Marvel ties. He's got Disney ties. He's got bread. I mean, he's not going to do too much staying in jail for some shit.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's our episode.
That's our episode. Thank you for being here. We hope you found this entertaining and informative. And we'll be back in 2 weeks, as per usual.
Yep.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right, we out. Love, peace, and chicken grease.